Good morning, YouTube. I'm a little bit gutted because I've done a load of filming before this, and blooming camera come up with a fault and it hasn't kept any of it. Now, I don't want to go through it all again. There was quite a lot of detail on there. I'll just show you. I spatchcocked a chicken for the very first time, and I've seasoned it, ready to go on the barbecue. I'm going to indirectly cook it. There's one of the things I said. I'm just cleaning some stuff down at the moment. On the smoked hollow, I also introduced you to Pepper, our puppy. I told you why she's got yellow eyes, in case you're noticing. Did you see her? Yeah. She's got yellow eyes because she tried to scratch her own eyes out the other week and made them a bit sore. She's still a baby. That's what happens. I also said that I was testing out a new phone camera. Well, that's the thing that went wrong. So we're back. Oh, and got rid of the face fuzz. Just got fed up with it. It was getting in the way. I might grow it back again. It's, you know, it's one of those things. Sometimes I do this. I'll shave it off and then regret it. But this time I haven't actually regretted it. I think I feel a lot more comfortable without it. I did have a few sort of sores underneath it as well, so it's given me a chance to give my face a good old moisturise and do some bits and pieces. Anyway, so today's expedition is to cook the spatchcock chicken. We're going to do like a traditional Sunday roast. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing it. It's probably my first cook video I've done in a long time. I nearly picked up a pork shoulder yesterday. I was going to do a nice slow cook, but you need a good few hours for that, and today we're a bit short on hours, in all honesty. So I want to go out there, I want to get the barbecue going, indirect heat, put the chicken on, just leave it, tend to it throughout the day, and have a sort of a late afternoon Sunday roast. So just catch me in briefly. The chicken was up the other way. I cut either side of the breast, either side of the spine, and pulled the spine out, and then it just opens up. I had to use a cleaver to just to cut the wishbone area because it's a little bit tough. But hey, you know, it's the first attempt at it. It seems okay. I know I haven't got much on the legs and that. Thing with this all-purpose spice, this one, it's a bit salty. So I want to sort of, I want the flavour there, but I don't want so much of it. I need to get involved in some, you know, some nice proper barbecue spices and seasonings and things like that. You know, get the real flavours out. I mean, that's seasonal. It's good for everything. You know, fish, chicken, beef, what have you. But it is a basic seasoning. Sometimes you want a little bit of. Sometimes you want a bit of a kick. Sometimes you want a bit of a sort of occasion sort of spice taste. You know, I need to expand that. So that's what I'm going to be doing. The old tripod, and I was using that thing, but it wobbles like crazy. You know, any movement, and you're like, woo, 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 like that. Anyway, let's get to lighting the bowl. Look what we've got going on here. In here, we've got some nice big pieces of charcoal. Look at the size of that. I've got some whiskey barrel, a couple of bits, some partially burnt whiskey barrel, and then I've got the chimney starter with the smaller bits of charcoal. I'll get that going. I'll have the fire up this end and the chicken down this end, obviously on the grill. So let's get lighting. Yeah, we're in the colder months and my barbecue shack is quite open. I found the matches to be damp. Firelighters are a bit damp, so I'm going to move them into my shed. Anyway, we've got one going. That should hopefully start heating up. So we'll put the chimney starter on that. We'll let that get some heat going. I really want to get it cooking up high. So when that's ready, I'll be out. I just want to introduce you to Pepper. She's our puppy. she is as mad as a box of frogs. And she's made out of teeth and anger. But she's lovely, and I wouldn't have her any other way. In fact, she's made out of the same ingredients as my wife. Long. She's a nutter. She likes to help with the barbecue. She likes to be an official taster, as most dogs do. She is obsessed with fetch, but she don't like to let go. So Pepper, say hello. Good girl. Nothing better when you're out there in the cold weather and a nice cup of coffee. This black coffee. This is how I have it. 1 spoonful of coffee, 1 spoonful of sugar, a little bit of cold water, and then top it up with boiling water. Makes the best cup of coffee ever. Stop taking milk, because milk not only plays havoc with my stomach, but it spoils the flavour of the coffee. This coffee's like a Costa granulated coffee. It's only £3 a tub and all. It's cheaper than Nescafe, and it tastes amazing. And I found that having a nice hot coffee while you're doing the old barbecue and that is just the best thing. A lot of people might say have a beer, and I would agree with them. Beer is also a really nice thing to have when you're barbecuing. But we are at just before 12. It's a little bit early for a beer, I'd say. Perfect. I love it. Coals are getting there. I'm going to let that heat right up before I put it on. One of the mistakes I make, I'm a little bit eager sometimes. I like to chuck it on straight away and then it struggles. So I'm going to let this get really hot. You see, actually, if on the Weber, because I quenched this yesterday, yeah, there's a bit of charcoal left there. Chuck that bit of paper on. Bit of paper never hurt anyone. I think I'll leave those on there for the next cook on this, on the Weber. But wherever possible, always reuse unburnt charcoal. It tends to burn better as well, I find. Anyway, I'll let that paper burn, so I don't want any bits of paper in our dinner. Setup's pretty much similar as it was. Got a nice bit of floorboard up here at the moment. It's rescued it from the rain. We're in sort of early November at the moment. Temperature's about 5 degrees C, so it's a bit chilly. Almost cold enough to get into my ice bath. I'm gonna do a video for you guys on the benefits of cold showers and ice baths and everything. I'll tell you what, it's almost like magic for your body. It is really good. About a year ago, I had a bit of a health scare, probably down to the old weight and the amount of blooming beer I was sucking away in lockdown. I was diagnosed as being pre-diabetic, you know, type 2. And to be honest with you, I thought I need to change my life around, turn my life around a bit. And I made a couple of shorts about open water swimming and stuff like that. I didn't get on well with the open water swimming. I didn't feel safe. That's the honest answer. I thought if something goes wrong, you know, the lifeguard probably wouldn't be able to rescue me. She was a very slight sort of person, really good, but look at the size of me. I would have sunk like a stone. And yeah, I just felt a bit vulnerable out there on the water. So I watched some Wim Hof videos. Yes, Pepper, do you want to come out? The dog wants to come out. I'll let her out. She's a skibble though. She'll get muddy, get mud everywhere. Oh, let me get that. There we go. Oh, sorry folks. Yeah, so just dropped something. She likes to tell me that. So yeah, doing the Wim Hof method. I'll tell you what, I did feel really good. I was doing intermittent fasting as well. Well, fasting for the beginning part of the day. So I was missing out breakfast and not eating till dinner time, and then stopping eating at 6 p.m, quite strict with it, and I did lose quite a bit of weight. I mean, as you can see, I've put it back on again. That's just complacency. But in between that, I was doing cold showers, ice baths and things like that, and the benefits were just outweighing, you know, the uncomfortableness of the cold water. I've been doing some breathing exercises as well, and just lately, sort of later part of the year, I've kind of regressed back to my normal self. So as you do, it's very hard to stick with things like that because, you know, there's too much temptation out there. But anyway, that aside, I plan to give it another go this year. The weather's got lovely and cold now, ready for, you know, this cold water therapy. I'll just show you my latest ice bath. It's that there. Now that's an old water softener brine tank. The one I had before that was an IBC, and again I felt a little bit vulnerable in there because it was so big. Now, that one's very compact. You know, it's big enough for me. You could probably get two of me in there actually. And yeah, I'm a little more comfortable with it. I generally don't add ice to it because that would cost a fortune. Although I was adding sort of block ice to it last year because we had a great big chest freezer. Now that now that the garage is now Cameron's little flat, we can't have a chest freezer, so no room for a massive load of ice. So I just let the natural weather cool the water down, and I think as long as your water's sort of below 15 degrees C, you get the benefits. Obviously, the warmer the water, like from 3 degrees up, the longer you need to spend in there to get the benefit. So at 3 degrees, I suppose you'd need about 3 or 4 minutes. At 15 degrees, I'd stay in for 10-15 minutes. You can extend that or de-stend it, if that's a word. But it is good for your system. And I'm looking forward to getting back into that. I've just got into this loop of drinking a little bit too much again, and of course when you have a lot of beers you have a lot of junk food, sweeties, things like that, piling on the porky pounds. Now, I'm not an advocate of diets or anything like that. I've done the intermittent fasting purely on the first reason because it says if you do that, you can eat what you want during the day. But what I found was that if you eat healthy with it, it actually really is good for you. So I'll probably lose a few pounds, but I'm not after getting skinny or anything like that. That's not how I'm built. I'm built big. Built for comfort, not speed. So anyway, ramble, robble. We'll get back to the cooking. That's really burning up well now, and I'm going to get that in there and then let it heat up, really go in now, and it's going to set fire to that oak wood and the large chunks. The flames there are just from the fat and whatnot that's been left on there. We can sort that out, and then what I'll do is I'll close the lid down and let it get to temperature. I want it around about sort of the 300 mark, and then I'll open some vents and get it stable. Just getting there, but what I just thought I'd quickly interject and add this little bowl of water here will keep it all moist in there. I've put a little bit of balsamic vinegar in just to give the steam a bit of an aroma. So once that's all up to temperature and that steam's going, we'll put the chicken on. So that's very hot at the moment, so we're going to let that calm down a bit. I'm going to lower the fire pit down a little bit, just have a little sneaky look. Oh yeah, that's getting there. Just let that calm down a bit. Close those vents a little bit, just to reduce things. I mean, it's not the airtightest of barbecues, but it does help. Twist open those vents and wait. So I've just got a pan on. I'm going to do some potatoes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to blanch them. So we need a pan of water, a little bit of salt, not too much, got to watch our hearts, When that comes up to the boil, I'll put the potatoes in for 10 minutes, blanch them, and then I'll put them in an oven tray and we can put those next to the chicken a little bit later. Let's have a quick sneak peek. It's been about 15 minutes. That's what I wanted to happen. Chicken's over there, just picking up a bit of the heat. Coals are going well. What I'll do in about, say, half an hour or so, I'm going to put some briquettes on there just to keep the fuel level up. Yeah, it'll be good. Right, so we're a couple of hours in, temperature's stabilised. Got the roasties cooking away, chicken cooking away, nice big bark on that. I've put some water in the bottom there just to help steam it a little bit because it was kind of drying out. I'll whiz them roasties over in a bit, and yeah, look at that fire. It is looking hot. The noise you can hear there is Pepper. Let's have a look at her. Hello, Pepper. What are you doing? What are you doing? Yeah, so I reckon another hour and we'll be ready to eat it. Can't wait. Okay, so let's have a look how we're doing. Temperature's stable there. Potatoes are looking nice. Stuffing's looking good. Chicken's looking lush. Gonna raise up that to number 5. Get a bit of heat closer to the action. And we'll be back. Look at that. When it's dished up, I think. So look at that. There we go, the finished article. And it is ultra juicy. And there's going to be a bit for the chef. Oh yeah. And a bit for the chef's assistant down here. What do you think, Pepper? Perfect. Really juicy, really flavoursome. So I'm going to cut it up now, get it on some plates. Hello. Very nice indeed. Cut it up, get it on some plates, get it down these people. So, I will show you the finished result. Now for the best bit. Sunday dinner is complete without a nice drop of gravy. Perfect.